I.S.U.P.K.
All I'm going to tell you, man, if you want to stay plugged in and tuned in, make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K on YouTube. A lot of powerful information will be coming out this summer, and you want to stay tuned in. The minute they drop it, it's coming right to you, baby, as soon as you subscribe. So make sure you handle that business and subscribe to your I.S.U.P.K.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Okay. So it's just like the children of Israel was small amongst the other nations. They're not a great nation. Well, Esau was Israel's brother. You see what I'm saying? So he never became a large nation either. If you look at all the Hamites and the other nations or whatever, you look at like China and all these other different people, Moabites or whatever. These are nations that are great in number, being great in power. But the Lord has always used those who in number to show his strength. So he's saying to Esau, I have made thee small amongst the nations and you're greatly despised. That's just what the brother was bringing out a second ago. All these other nations are tired of dealing with Esau. He's went, it's been destruction, it's been bloodshed, it's been raping, it's been pillaging, it's been everything. So keep going.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Read that again.
Habitation.
Read that again.
From the top, sir?
From the top.
Heart hath deceived thee, though thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Let me read it for you. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. Thou that dwelleth. You said, though thou dwelleth.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Who is this talking about again? About again.
Caucasians.
Right. How do you know?
So well dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. So
Who else? Who else, right? Esau.
You know, bring out the history of the Caucasus Mountains, or you can bring it to today, the Hollywood Hills.
Or you could just Google Mount Seir or look it up. It out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, where it was talking about they was in the mountains and the plateaus in between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, right?
Sure.
And everybody knows that they call them cavemen, or from the Caucasoid Mountains is what they call it. So thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, it's saying your pride is deceived thee. That's what we was just reading. Except you pull, right?
Sure.
In Habakkuk. He got the pride, but he's deceiving himself. Keep going.
Habitation is high.
Okay.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
There you go. That's the president of the United States, Donald J. Grab him by the vagina, Trump. Talking to the Rocket Man, right? What he said?
Sir.
What is he saying? Whose habitation is high. He's like them high habitations. It's the same as how big funeral homes they call pyramids back in Egypt. Well, Esau is building the same type structures today, but he likes to be sitting high. He likes to be in the high rise, in the high buildings, and his habitations to be in the condos. That's why you had different things where they would always make themselves. He'll sit in trees and different things like that. And saith me to the ground. Well, that's what's going on right now. Esau is feeling himself. His pride has deceived him, and he don't believe that he can fall. Nobody shall be able to bring him to the ground. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thee down, saith the Most High.
Okay, so you're going to exalt yourself as the eagle. Eagle is a bird of prey. An eagle will master the skies, and the eagle is also the symbol for every great nation that enslaved the Israelites. So they have exalted themselves just like every other one as the eagle, and set thy nest amongst the stars. What does it mean to set your nest amongst the stars? One of the troopers.
Sloppy.
Go ahead.
Is that a reference to the space program?
That can be in reference to the space program. When it says setting thy nest amongst the stars, if you look out at the NASA program, they got all of these satellites. They're trying to build a house on Mars or buildings on Mars and on the moon and all of this different stuff. They're trying to live there. Saying, thence will I bring you down. From there is where I'm going to bring you down, saith the Most High. The brother was talking about where it was saying, you should eat until you have enough and only take a certain amount. But he enlarged himself as hell. Go ahead and read verse 5.
If thieves came to thee as robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, leave some grapes.
You see that? Why is it saying that? It's saying that because it's a law. But not only that, it was a custom. It was customary for people to think about somebody besides themselves. This Rick was bringing out. If thieves came to you tonight, or if robbers by night, would they have not have stolen till they had enough? A brother got something he's trying to get, whether it be a fix, child support money to get up so he can eat, whatever the case may be, and they decide to steal something. They'll grab what they can get and get up out of there. Right? If the grape gatherers come to the, would they not leave some grapes? Custom. But Esau, he wants everything. He can't just take the TV and run. He wants to get everything in the house. Some grapes and leave for the other people. He wants everything. Keep going.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. While most thieves would take the TV and run, Esau going to take your deeds and say it's his house.
Right. He want when you come home or when you wake up, he living in the front room eating your food, saying, this ain't your house, this is my house. This was before Esau was ruling over everybody. It was done by bringing visions to Obadiah and Habakkuk and all these different people that we're going into to show you what would happen in the end times with Esau. So here's one of them. It's saying, all the men of your confederacy. So what does that word confederacy mean?
People that agree with you, like people that are the team
So it's people that agree with you, that's on your team, basically your teammates, that are down with you and down with what you with. As it says in, like, what's that, Psalms 83? Though thy enemies are confederate against thee. Right. So right here it's saying all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Keep going.
The men, Slackers, were at peace with thee, have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee.
You see that?
And that eat thy bread. Oh, Slackers.
Nah, right here it says, and the men that were confederately brought thee to the border, the men that were at peace with thee. How Esau did the entire world, how he did the Native American Indians. They had over 100 treaties. They never kept one. They made deals with the Africans to get us in slavery. They made deals with the Arabs. They made deals with the China. They made deals with the so-called Jewish man over there in Israel now. They made deals with Vietnam, and they broke every last one of them. So those people who didn't care what Esau was doing before, now they're plotting on Esau to him now, into thinking that he got all this help. And according to Obadiah, they're going to prevail against them. Keep going.
Sir. That eat thy bread have made a wound under thee. There is none understanding in it.
Kind of breaking up, it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. What does it mean by they that eat thy bread? They that eat thy bread, thy wine, they that partake in what you're doing, that benefit off of you. Remember in the precept, right? It says all nations have drunken of her fornication. I'm paraphrasing. Where it says come out of her.
Revelation.
All of these other nations have been eating off Esau. Well, now they laying a wound under Esau, and ain't no understanding in them. You're not going to understand why they're going to do some of the things that they're going to do. Well, just know it's because he has exalted himself like an eagle. Going to bring him down. He didn't leave no grapes for nobody else. He didn't want to share with the other nations. Go ahead to verse 8.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, wise men out of Edom?
Even the wise men, the people who claim to be the smartest, they gonna be destroyed too. And it ain't gonna be destroyed by you and your little AK-47. They ain't gonna be destroyed by these other nations per se, even though they're going to help Lord doing this. Everybody understand?
And I don't want to curse.
Keep going.
Out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau by slaughter.
Read that again.
And the mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed, and shall be dismayed, every one of the mouth of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Okay, so it says, and the mighty men. This means the strongest people that you got, Esau. And it says, O Taman. What's Taman?
Taman is a land that was part of the land of Edom.
A city in the northeast part of Edom. named after Esau's grandson, Teman. All right. So it's speaking, and he was also a chief, an Edomite chief. And your mighty men gonna be dismayed. They wondering, how has this happened? To the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. If I was at camp, it would say everyone. I would have them say everyone about 3 or 4 times. Not some of them. All of them are going to be cut off by slaughter. Why would the Lord do something like this? Why would the Lord kill these white people? Somebody tell me.
For his perpetual hatred.
Let me let one of the troopers try to grab it. Go ahead. Yeah, of course. You learning how I teach, right? Go ahead to verse 10, Officer Ricard.
Verse 10.
This is why. This is why he would do that. Go ahead.
For that violence against thy brother Jacob, cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
So since you decided to be violent against the Lord's chosen people, the children of Israel, shame is going to cover thee. You're going to be put to shame, and you're going to be cut off forever.
Hey, Shalom Israel, the I.S.U.P.K presents the Florida Cookout at John Prince Park, December 16, 2017. Only blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are invited. So come down and join your brothers in the spirit of brotherhood, and let's get this thing right.
U.P.K soldiers, we the ones who broke the mold. Take a hood nigga, turn into a...
We're gonna have plenty food, we're gonna have plenty drink, we're gonna have plenty music, and we're gonna have brothers and sisters coming together like how the Most High intended for us to do.
Baghdad, rolling with the general, sipping that scratch cash. Boots, braids, fringes, nigga flying in first class. That U.P.K.
Once again, that's the Florida Cookout at John Prince Park. The address is 2700 6th Avenue South, Lake Worth, Florida. That's 2700 6th Avenue South, Lake Worth, Florida. December 16, 2017. Come down and enjoy this nice and hot Florida weather during the winter time. Let's get it in, Israel. Yeah, shalom.